So like if someone's just trying to get started, like what is the easiest thing someone can do to work out more? Also, talk to me. Like just like forget the camera. Just imagine like you're just having a conversation with me.
Yeah.
So if someone's like the easiest thing they had to do.
The first thing I'd recommend is just getting a foam roller because it's going to make the person get down on the floor, which for some people can be very difficult. And then once you get on the foam roller, just move around on it and feel the pressure on the muscles. If it's very tender or very uncomfortable, that's just the body signaling that this area needs work and it's been neglected and you need to give it some attention. And I think the foam roller, maybe 20, 30 bucks on Amazon, wonderful tool to at least start the process and bring the awareness down to the body.
Awesome, cool. So we got the foam roller down. What's like number 2? Like what about stretching? Like how important is stretching?
It's very important. After once you get the hang of the foam roller, you move into stretching and just focus on the areas where you felt tightness during the stretch. If your quads are painful on the roller, then just do some simple quad stretches. If you feel your hamstrings, if they're painful on the roller, then just do this, reach over, touch your toes. Just start very, very small and then work your way up and you'll see results pretty fast.
Awesome. And what about like massaging yourself, like your legs and stuff like that? Why is that important?
Yeah, so self-massage is usually something we do almost every class because it strengthens the hands, strengthens the forearms, and you can really get in and feel some of the areas where you may have tightness, maybe in and around the joints. And it also just raises body awareness. You're feeling your own legs, you're feeling your muscles, and you're feeling the bones and the joints, and you can feel how it all works and it's all connected. So I think that self-massage is one of the best ways to really boost body awareness and improve mobility. So it's like you're taking care of your vessel, and it's you want to take care of it just like you would take care of a car. It's the same idea.
Yeah, it's so funny, right? We don't really think about our body as like this vehicle, even though it is. It's the most important thing we have.
It is, and it requires maintenance, just like any vehicle does.
Right, and even something as simple as massaging yourself.
Simple massage, and when you put it in, if you feel it, if it maybe is tender, just breathe in. I like to always say that you're feeding that area with the inhale, and then you're cleansing with the exhale. So you're breathing in, and you're feeding, and you exhale, and you're cleansing. And then you can actually feel the muscle just kind of release and relax. Then you move on to the next area.
So for someone feeling like, what do they usually need to feel like to actually go ahead and do a massage? Like they have like some pain on their leg, or like what, or just in general? Is this just like a routine thing?
Personally, for self-massage for me is very useful if you're training Muay Thai, because your legs get pretty beat up and you get bruises and you get bumps, and you have these areas that if they don't get released, they'll be sore for several days. But if you give them the attention they need and release those areas, you'll be able to train the next day.
Wow. So let's say they didn't do any of that. They would basically be losing a couple of days in recovery.
Yeah, or you're still training, but you're not going to be training at 100% because you're going to be favoring your legs. If your legs are beat up, you're not going to be kicking as hard. You're going to be hesitant to maybe check a kick. So for me, after every practice, I would come in here, really get them back to baseline, and so I'm ready to train the next day.
Got it. So let's say if someone has like a sore leg or something, they do that massage. Like how fast do you think someone can actually feel the difference? Like for people watching at home, they want to just try something as they're watching this video. Mm-hmm. Like what would be like one quick tip?
You'll feel the difference right after. There's been times where I've hobbled up here and gave maybe 30 minutes of rolling, stretching, self-massage, maybe a light cardio, and I'm walking out feeling nearly 100%.
So what about people that are working all day, standing all day, or even sitting all day? Mm-hmm. Like this is just basically, if the easiest thing they can do is just get up, start rolling, get a roller, start stretching, and just doing some like self-massages, you would say.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And also just switching your position. Like if you're sitting in a desk all day, right now I'm sitting on a roller, but my legs are in a different position, the hips are angled in a different way, the muscles are kind of stretching and adjusting in a different way. And even that's a form of stretching. So, if you're sitting all day at a desk, don't go home and sit more. Switch it up and let the body adjust a little bit.
Right, and you mentioned something about posture. Remember about how like there's some energy that's stuck. Like, what's up with that, and like how that affects the rest of your body?
So when it comes to posture, if you look now, sometimes you'll see teenagers, especially, and they're very hunched over like this, and it causes the head to be heavy, and then it requires more energy to hold the head up. So if your posture is more straight, gravity isn't pulling down so hard, and you're not going to feel as tired. And another thing is that the vagus nerve, which is the key, mind-body connector, it's meant to run down a straight neck. If your neck is like this, it's almost like there's some type of constraint there, or some, it's not flowing up and down like it should. So.
Right. So what would you do for someone who has bad posture? Like easy, quick fix, would you say? Just like
start by just
catching yourself, maybe.
Yeah, catching yourself is great, and then also just practice sitting. And it sounds weird to practice sitting, but by sitting correctly, you should feel like the top of your head is being pulled up a little bit, lengthen the back of the neck, and that kind of has an effect where you pull at the back of the head, and it makes the whole spine straight.
Right, from one small movement change.
One small movement, it's like a cascading effect.
Right.
So the back of the head goes up, chin tucks, chest goes out, shoulders go back, and the spine gets the curve.
Wow.
So it's
has the most bang for its buck, really.
the most bang for its buck. And what's interesting is it's called the Bao Wei point in acupuncture. There's the top of the head here, and in the babies when they're born, it's called the fontanelles, and it's actually before the skull actually closes, so it's kind of open. And so that is like the opening where you can imagine like a ray coming from higher down lower through the head down the spine.
Wow.
Like in that image I had over there where the light goes up and down straight through, and when the spine is straight like that. So it's coming through the back of the head.
So it stops like energy from going into your body.
Yeah.
So people that are feeling tired who have bad posture, that's like an easy thing they can do to fix it. Like just
Yeah, definitely start with posture. And it's with technology and things, we're unfortunately we're not really adapting. Our bodies weren't meant to be looking down all the time or to be seated all the time. And with the amount of technology uses, it's kind of messing up people's postures. So start with stretching, start with postures.
Got it. You also mentioned like something that's helped me a lot is your technique for meditation. And like the quick meditation that you do. Like, can you tell us about like your morning routine? Like you get up, like what does that look like? Like your morning routine?
Yeah. So I think the most important part of my morning routine, and it's a great entry-level exercise for people that are interested in meditation, is to just do a body scan. And body scanning is bringing awareness to your body and trying to relax the muscles as you focus on it. And so, you can wake up first thing before all this distractions start coming in. You just sit up straight, get your posture as tall as you can, and then once you're settled in, relax the muscles of the head, relax the muscles of the face, and then you relax the shoulders, and then you work your way down the arms, all the way to the hands, and then down the torso, through the legs, all the way to the feet. And not only is that going to help your posture starting off the day, but it also gets you out of the head. Because when you wake up and the phones are going off and you got work and you got calls, you forget you have a body. And so the chatter's already started. Just to get like 30 minutes of awareness on the vehicle to start the day, it can give you a lot of benefit.
Yeah, and you mentioned something really cool there, that we do forget that we have a body.
Mm-hmm.
And is that why we neglect it, or sometimes we just don't really appreciate it as much?
Both.
Yeah. So there's basically